You strap this on the barrel, and this on the donkey, and off you go for stronger stabilization. Serious gear, 1 donkey power. Nope, you didn't mishear that. Ukrainian artillery crews are using the Italian OTO Melara howitzer, one that can be towed by a donkey. Animal lovers, relax. Unlike the Russians, Ukrainians don't drag poor animals to war. Donkeys here have been replaced by pickup trucks, and even old Soviet Ladas. It's well balanced. It doesn't push back. Pulls just fine. Sure, dragging it uphill in a Lada might be tricky, but on a flat road, the Lada can tow it no problem. But hey, is there really room in modern war for a gun that's over 70 years old? Let's break it down. Italy built over 2,300 of these howitzers, which have served, and still serve, in the armies of about 30 countries. Why so popular? Simple: mobility, reliability, and firepower. Let's take it step by step. But first, hit that like button. You're here anyway, might as well help boost this video. Back in the 1950s, OTO Melara got a contract from Italy's Ministry of Defense to develop a light mountain howitzer. The goal? Give mountain troops a solid artillery piece for alpine combat. At that time, Italian units were still stuck using Czechoslovak Skoda 75/13S. And the first thing that came to mind looking at those was, how old are you, Granny? Not without reason. The Skoda was a World War I design, with a pathetic range of just 6 kilometers. When the fresh Melaras rolled out, they were immediately put through brutal field tests. About 1,000 rounds fired, then shoved into a cryo chamber at -34°C to see if they'd crack. And to test mobility, they even dropped the howitzers from planes. The grand finale, simulated mountain assaults, and the Melara nailed it. This 105mm howitzer became a real bestie for the gunners. Sure, it's been around for 70 years, so fair question. Shouldn't it be in a museum by now? Well, Ukrainians beg to differ. Their combat experience with these guns even impressed the Italian instructors. They, the Italians, are just in shock at how we're using these things. They don't run them like we do. This crew operates just 5 kilometers from the front line. And ever since they got their hands on the Melara, Russian troops started sweating a bit more. We work at different ranges. Could be 1 kilometer, could be 2. And we can fire at the full range it allows, from 2 kilometers to 5 kilometers depending on the sector. To silence Ukrainian artillery and smash fortified positions, the Russians keep dropping heavy bombs into this sector. If your howitzer becomes a priority target for enemy aircraft, that says a lot about your crew's accuracy. Could be over 10 times a day, or maybe none at all. Depends. But lately, they've been sending these guided bombs almost daily. When you've got guided bombs flying at you, sitting around and waiting isn't much of an option. So Ukrainian crews tested just how fast they can pack up the Melara and bug out to a new position. According to the original Italian design, this howitzer can be broken down into 12 parts, each weighing up to 130 kilograms. You could airlift it with a UH-1 Huey, fit it into an M113 APC, or if you're old school, strap it to a donkey. Sounds neat, but how's that in the real world? Turns out Ukrainians can break it down in minutes. 10 minutes. And if it's urgent, we've got strong guys. You just grab it and go. Roll it out. Totally doable. We'll pull it. If relocating isn't an option, the Melara's compact size makes it perfect for camouflage. A few camo nets, some branches, and it basically vanishes from enemy drones buzzing overhead. First off, it's really hard to spot from a drone. Plus, we hide it well. That's a huge advantage. Second, it doesn't flash. No muzzle signature. We can fire day or night. Other guns give off a huge flash. This one doesn't. So we can work 24/7. That no flash firing, massive plus. Keeps the crew alive and makes each shot invisible at night. The British L119 howitzer has the same feature. We've got a whole video about it. Links in the top right corner. At first, not everyone was sold on the Melara. Some gunners were skeptical. They were used to Soviet-era artillery, then gradually shifted to NATO gear. Here's what they figured out. We were on the fence when they first switched us. We used to run the Ems-to-B. Then they gave us this Melara. Size-wise, it's 5 times smaller. But once we got into the fight, she proved herself. Way more accurate, easy to handle, very mobile. She made us fall in love with her. The Melara packs a 105mm gun with a barrel length of 1.4 meters. With standard American M1 shells, it can reach up to 10.5 kilometers. With rocket-assisted projectiles, it stretches out to 13 kilometers. And in the wide-open Ukrainian steppe, this little gun barely gets a break, thanks to constant Russian assaults.
150 снарядов.
We fire about 100 to 150 shells per gun per day. The main job of this howitzer is to cover Ukrainian infantry holding the line in the trenches right on the zero line. The best shots are when the enemy doesn't even get close and catches a big caliber present halfway in. In countries that are not at war, the cannon is demonstrated at shows for civilians. On the Ukrainian front, it works non-stop. New targets for the gunner appear around the clock.
Інтенсивність така дуже.
The intensity is crazy. When they start storming, we jump in to support our infantry. We start taking the Russians apart before they even reach our positions. And if they try to hide in dugouts, well, we hit the dugouts too. Even with Melara's age, Ukrainian gunners are pulling off some serious miracles, like wiping out Russian assault groups with just a few well-placed shots. That kind of precision isn't just about the hardware. It's about the experience these guys bring to the fight. One crew here managed to hit a moving target and stop an enemy push cold. First shot, caught them with shrapnel. Third shot, killed all three. To get that kind of accuracy, they pair the gun with a drone. The UAV scouts, spots, and corrects their fire. Having eyes in the sky really multiplies your chances of wrecking the enemy.
Працювали по піхоті. 10 якось.
We were working against infantry. Around 10 guys moved out. We gave them a little scare so they wouldn't come closer, hit their dugout. At first, we clipped them. Then they scattered and ran for cover. The drone caught it all. And we nailed the dugout. One neat thing about the Melara is that it can fire 105mm American M67 HEAT shells. These are your best friends when you need to punch through over 100mm of steel armor and stop an assault with heavy vehicles.
Штурми ворога.
Just recently, we fought off another assault, took out 11 vehicles, captured a tank, and the Russians scattered into the tree line. We watched them run, then cleared them out right there. The gun's rate of fire is 8 rounds per minute, but after 30 minutes of constant firing, that drops to 4 rounds per minute, and after an hour to 3 rounds per minute. To speed things up, Ukrainians prefer firing straight from the gun's trigger handle.
Там секунди, то шнурка треба відбити.
When you shoot from the handle, it's instant. From the lanyard, you have to step back, pull the rope, it's a hassle. But with the handle, you just stay at the gun. Much faster. According to Infodefensa, 20 Ukrainian servicemen completed Melara training in Europe. Their instructors were from Spain's 32nd Mixed Artillery Regiment based in Almeria. Here's where it gets interesting. In European armies, an OTO Melara Mod 56 crew is 7 people. So, to fully train for service, you'd need 56 soldiers. 2 options here. Either those 20 trained gunners came back and taught their comrades, or Ukrainians are running these howitzers with smaller crews. Judging by field footage, the second option seems much more likely.
Це чистка клину затвору.
This is how we clean the breech block. Here we service the barrel, adding oil so the recoil system works properly. And, of course, cleaning the muzzle brake, which loses its efficiency when it gets fouled up with soot. So, what's the reason for this? Lack of personnel, or just skilled soldiers who don't need extra hands? Honestly, it's a bit of both. A complex issue, but either way, they're making it work. While checking the gun's maintenance, we noticed another smart design feature. Italian engineers really thought this one through. They made it safe to extract a stuck round if the gun jams. Sounds like a small thing, but it says a lot about how much care went into the design. Here's what it looks like. There's a special stopper there. You screw it in. The fuse is inside. In the Russia-Ukraine war, both sides are facing an ammo shortage. Neither side's factories can fully meet frontline demand. The Russians are pulling shells out of North Korea's stockpiles, while Ukraine gets supplied by Western partners. For now, there's enough 105mm bores for the Melara. But for how long?
Поки вистачає, ну.
It's enough for now, but we always want more. Give us more, and we'll shoot 24/7. For now, it's okay, but it'd be great to have a bigger stockpile, something reliable to fall back on. Another challenge with these howitzers is spare parts and barrels. Right now, Ukrainian artillery crews are still making jokes about the age of the Melara, but long-term finding parts for old guns is going to be a serious headache.
Работає як щастя.
This gun was made back in '96. Still works like clockwork. An old one, but a reliable one. You take care of it like a girlfriend. More attention, better quality care. In the end, it's not just about the age of the gun, it's about how it's used. With skilled crews and smart tactics, even legacy weapons can shape the battlefield. The Melara proves that precision, mobility, and discipline still win fights. Your likes and comments about these guns really motivate us to keep making new artillery videos. Which gun should we cover next? Drop your pick in the comments, and we'll choose from the most liked ones.